Okay, so you're familiar with the concept of interest. For example, you borrow 100 rupees from a bank at the rate of 10% interest,
Yes, sir.
yearly interest. So at the end of 1 year, you should pay the bank that principal amount, that is 100, plus
Plus
interest
the interest
of
rate.
10% of 100, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
10,
You're right.
10% of 100 is 10 rupees. So
Yes, sir.
total amount that you are going to pay back the bank is 110
110.
rupees. Yeah. What is very important for, or what is at the core of finance are two things. One is the future value of an investment, and
Okay.
okay, and the present value of an amount which is obtained in the future. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
In the last class, I told you about, yeah, the time value of money. So if you have some money in your hand today, and let's say next year, um, you want to see if the same money, or the same, let's say 500 rupees you have in your hand right now, so you are able to buy some goods. Okay. And after 1 year, the thing to see is whether you are able to buy the same quantity of goods with the same 500 rupees.
I get it, sir. That's
Yeah.
the previous class we have discussed.
Yes, yes. So that the effect of inflation, and the
Many causes.
many there are many causes, and so the value of money erodes in most cases. It erodes as time goes on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, that is if you don't do anything, if you just keep that money locked up, so it is in your interest to ensure that you do something, that so that the value of money is not eroded. Okay, what
Yes,
is it? What is it? See, you can put it in a bank, you can put it in an FD, and that FD, they will pay you interest, and so your money will grow.
yes, sir.
Okay, or you invest in a mutual fund. Okay,
Yes,
and so hopefully at the end of 1 year, the mutual fund is going to do well, and of course there is no guarantee. It may lose money also, but let's hope that the mutual fund makes money. Let's say it makes about 12%. It gives you a 12% return. Okay. Now these are some of the terms that you will keep encountering, time and time again. Return on your investment, and return, rate of return, things like that. So the let's say the mutual fund gives you a 12% return. Okay. So on your 100 rupees, it gives you a 12% return. So that means that it is 12 rupees. So
oh, yes, sir.
at the end of the year, you will have on paper, you will have, of course, if you don't sell it, if you keep it, at least on paper, you are able to calculate that you have 112
12.
rupees. Your 100 rupees investment has grown to 112. So
Yes, sir.
it's a 12% return. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
so that's how. So it is in your interest to make the money work for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
for example, let's say, you are in 2015, and
Okay.
that in 2018, uh, you are going to go abroad. Okay.
Okay.
Now, take this hypothetical case. Okay. So for that, let's say you have the estimated amount that you will need in 2018 in order to go abroad is, let's say, 60 lakhs.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in 2015, you have to you have some money, and so you have to invest that money so that it grows to 60
60
lakhs.
lakh.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
that is another kind of um, um, future value, present value calculation.
Okay.
Okay. So the question to ask is, how much should I invest in 2015 so that that money grows to 60 lakhs
Okay.
in 2018?
Yeah,
So
by
the
2018, 3 years.
Yeah, in 3 years. Okay. So where should I invest? Should I invest in FD? Should I invest in mutual funds? Or should I buy stocks so that, the stocks will rise in value? So there are various options available to you, with each carrying some amount of risk, with respect to the return they are estimated to give you. Okay, so these
Yes.
are the kinds of things that problems, or these are the kinds of situations that you will encounter in finance. Okay, so this is
Okay.
this is as far as personal finance is concerned, and similarly, you join a company and you are in the financial planning department, and
Okay.
so you do, for example, capital budgeting, and so in capital budgeting, they do an analysis of various potential investments that the company is wanting to do. For example, they want to buy a machine which costs, let's say, 10 lakhs. Okay, and so they hope that that machine, by buying that machine, they will get an additional, I don't know, 2 lakhs per year. The
Okay.
machine will produce more goods, and so they will be able to sell the goods, and after taking all the expenses and the cost and everything, what you have is, it gives you net 2 lakhs. Okay, so now
Okay.
the let's say the life of the machine is 5 years.
Yes, sir.
At the end of 5 years, you just junk that machine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now all this is in paper. So basically, you are making this a projection that, let's say, 5 years, I am this machine will give me 2 lakhs per year,
Okay.
but right now I am going to spend, let's say, 15 lakhs in order to buy the machine. I'm going to spend 15 lakhs in buying the machine. Now,
Okay.
let's say now I put the machine to work, and it gives me 2 lakhs per year
Okay.
for 5 lakhs.
Sorry,
Sorry,
sir.
for 5 years.
Okay, for 5 years. Okay.
For 5 years, it gives me, or let's say, 5 lakhs per year. It gives me 5 lakhs per year for
Okay.
five years.
Okay.
Okay. Now, and at the end of the year, I'm just going to throw the machine away, because that is the life of the machine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So its value is zero at the end of 5 years.
Okay.
But each year, I have made five lakhs out of the
5
machine.
lakhs. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, and the interest rate, or the cost of capital, is let's say,
Mhm.
7%.
Okay.
Let's say banks lend to you at lend to the company at 7%. That is the interest rate,
Okay.
going interest rate. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so using this data, you can find out whether, by buying this machine now, by spending 15 lakhs, and getting 5 lakhs per year for 5 years, is this a good proposition?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay,
That's correct.
so there is this amount of future value, present value also, in such kinds of real life situations in companies. Okay, so that's the reason why the future value and present value are so important. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's take future value. Okay, now, let's say you are putting 100 rupees in a saving scheme, a chit fund, or some saving scheme, which gives you 10% interest per year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the question is, how much will you have after 1 year?
101.
No, not 101.
Okay, sir.
So this is the formula. Okay, so what is the interest? Interest 10% of 100.
100.
What is 10% of 100 is 10 rupees.
Yes, sir.
So see here. So this is times t equal to 0, which is now.
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay. So after 1 year, you are if you invest 100 rupees, you are getting a 10% interest on 100 rupees, which is 10 rupees.
Yes,
So at the end of 1 year, your 100 rupees goes to 110 rupees.
that's correct.
Okay. So the future value of 100 after 1 year at the rate of 10% is 110.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me just share a Excel sheet.
It is
Okay. So similar. So equal to 0 is now 100 rupees I am investing, and this is t equal to 1
after 1 year.
after 1 year. T equal to 1 is after 1 year. Now, how do you calculate that? So future value 1, that is after 1 year, equal to present value. What is the present
Okay.
value?
100.
100 times 1 plus R. R is the interest rate.
Percentage. Yeah,
Interest rate.
percentage.
Interest rate in percentage.
Yes, sir.
That is very important. It should be in percentage.
Yes.
Okay. To the power, the whole thing to the power of t.
1.
T.
Okay, T.
Actually, it is t or t. So t is 1
Yeah.
here.
1.
So this is the equation. So you want to do, for example, so 110. So this is the formula. Okay, so
Okay.
100, or let's say 100. I can even change it to, instead of just putting 100, I can put this F9.
You can select it. Yes.
So I can select this. So F9 times 1 plus R. What is R here? R1. R1 is this. R1 is
F,
10%.
F, yeah.
10%. See here, it is 10%
Yes, sir.
interest rate. So here, what is the value here at t equal to 1?
110.
110. Now, so this is where this is one period, that is 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. So now I extend this problem to 2 years.
Okay. Like
Okay.
the present value is now
No,
110 or the future value?
correct. So now, I've invested 100 rupees, and it has grown at the rate of 10%. And in year 1, right now I am in year 1. So in year
Yes, sir.
1, how much money I have in my hand?
110.
110. So now, when I'm in year 1, what is my present value?
110 now.
110.
In the year 1.
O-
Yeah.
Okay, so it is 110. And then, so that is PV1 here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is 110. Again, I'm investing the same money, 110, at 10% interest rate
10%.
for 1 year.
Yes.
Okay, so at t equal to 2,
Yes.
what is the amount that I get at the end of 2 years? So the same future value, but with
Okay. P1.
PV1 with 110 rupees as the present value, and
Okay.
interest rate is the same,
Yes, sir.
10%.
It's 10.
Okay, but it need not be the same. Here it is the same.
Okay.
Okay, So because it's the same, so see, annual investment rate R2 is 10% in period 2. So this is period 2.
Yes.
This is period 1.
So,
This is period
okay.
2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 110 times 1 plus 10% to the power. So how many periods are there in period 2? So from year 1 to year 2, there's only one period.
One period.
Okay. So now to the power 1, so I get 121 rupees.
Okay.
So by taking each period individually,
Okay.
okay, and by calculating the future value, in period 1, present value is 100 and the future value is 110. Yes, in period 1.
Yes, sir.
And in period 2, present value is 110. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is period 2. So in period 2, the present value is 110 and I have to calculate what the future value is. Okay, so same,
Okay.
110 to the power times 1 plus 10% to the power 1 is 121. So 100 rupees will grow to 121
One.
given these conditions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now an additional twist in the problem can be that here you are seeing that the rates are in the two periods are the same.
Yes, sir. The interest, like the
But
investment rate.
what if the rates are different? Okay, so here if you see
Okay.
the middle, this thing, if the investment rates are different in different periods, okay, the same.
Okay.
Yeah, period 1 initial value is 100, time horizon is 2, number of periods is 2. In period 1, the interest rate is, or the average investment rate is 10%.
100 and 10%.
And in period 2, the annual investment rate is 15%.
15%.
Okay. So the same problem, I mean, there is no complication at all. So here we get period 1 future value same because 10%, 100 and number of periods is 1.
One.
From 0 to 1, number of periods is 1. So
One.
same thing. So future value here at t equal to 1 is 110.
Okay.
Okay, period 1 future value is 110.
One.
Now we go to period 2.
Okay.
Period 2, what is the present value?
110.
110. But interest rate or investment rate is 15%.
15%.
And number of periods is 1.
One.
Okay, because it is 1 year. Number of periods is 1. So now apply the same formula, but with different numbers.
Percentage.
Different numbers. So
One.
PV1.
Okay.
PV1 is what? Present
110.
value at PV1 is 110. Then 1 plus. What is R2?
15%.
15%. And T equal to 1.
Duration of one period.
It's 1 period. So now it gives me 126.5. And what did it give me when both the interest rates were the same? It gave me 121. Now it is giving me 126.
126.
Okay. So so you can see that higher the interest rate or the investment rate, and investment it is giving me, the higher the future value.
Yes, sir.
So if there are two investments, I mean, this is kind of common sense. If there are two investments, if one investment is giving me 10%, another investment is giving me 15%, obviously I will choose, give all other conditions being equal, I will choose the second investment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because future value, it will give me more.
Yes.
So 100 rupees grows to 126 in the above situation.
126.5.
Now, we have seen these two cases. Now, there is a third case. See, here we have broken the whole thing. See, here we are looking at 2 years. Okay. in total. We are looking at 2 years. An investment horizon is 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
We
So
have
now the
broke.
duration of
We
the
have we
period
have
would be two, right, sir?
we have broken it up into two periods, each of 1 year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there may be a situation where you just invested 100 rupees and then you forgot about it. You didn't do anything, and at the end of 2 years, you got 126.5.
126.5.
You have 126.5. The time horizon is same as before, 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, but you are not doing anything. Period one, period two, and all. You are not doing anything. It's a
Okay.
straight 2 year
Period two.
investment.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
2 years.
So okay, so t equal to 0 and t equal to 2.
2.
And here you have 100 rupees, here you have 126.5.
0.5.
Okay. So now you want to find out what is the rate of interest
Okay.
that will give me 126.5 at the end of 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, this is a little interesting problem. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
now as before, we know future value equal to present value times 1 plus r to the power t. Okay, so now
Yes.
what is the future value here? Look at the
126.5.
diagram. Yeah, it is 126.5. So you put 126.5 in the same equation. See, the equation is
Yes,
the
sir. The
same.
previous equation.
Is the same
Yes.
equation. So 126.5.
Yes.
What is the present value in this problem?
It's 100. 100.
100. 100. So 100 times 1 plus. So let's say the interest rate is R.
R.
Okay. For example,
Yes.
you take, let the interest rate be R. So now this is T equal to 2. Period.
2.
Period is 2. There is no first
2
period,
years.
second period, and all here.
Yes, sir.
Understand? So you just invested
Yes,
100
yes.
rupees and you just forgot about it, and you woke up 2 years later and then you find that your money has grown to 126.5.
Yes.
Okay, you didn't bother anything about, after 1 year I will do this, after one year I'll do that and all that. You didn't bother. So you just forgot about it, and at the end of 2 years you got this money back. So now you are interested to know what is the interest rate, or what is my rate of return, or what is my investment rate that made my 100 rupees grow to 126.5 at the end of 2 years. So
Yes.
let that be R.
Yes.
Okay, then you get this equation. Okay, 126.5 equal to 100 times 1 plus r to the power 2. Why 2? Because the time interval or the time horizon, or but this thing, the time period is 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you substitute everything in that equation, so you get 12.5%.
Correct.
And there are umpteen number of problems, different kind, whether it is in the stock market math, or whether it is in corporate finance. Everything is just uh, a different application of future value that we'll go through now. Okay, so there is one more, future value with multiple cash flows, where I have, see, multiple cash flow, meaning I don't have, see, I'm not, it's the same 100 rupees is growing, okay, at in year one and then year two. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
the one more problem can be that
Mm.
I keep on putting money.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the problem here. Um, so now what I do is, um, at the end of 1 year,
Okay.
I am putting in 2000 rupees. Let's say a chit fund. At the end of 1 year, I put in 2,000 rupees. At the end of the second year, I put in 2,000 rupees. At the end of third year, I put in another 2,000 rupees. At the end of the fourth year, I put in another 2,000 rupees. And at the end of the fifth year, I put in 2,000 rupees.
Another 2,000 rupees.
Okay, so at the end of the fifth year, how much money will I have?
Two.
Okay, so that is the
10,000.
that is the problem. So, for example, so what is happening is that in at the end of year one, the money and let's say the annual investment rate is 10%,
Okay.
and is the same. In this period, it's the same. In this period, it's the same. In this period, it's the same, etc.
Okay.
Okay. So now, when you invest here at the end of year one,
Okay.
okay, okay,
So like end of the year, I'm investing 2,000.
correct.
Okay.
So in 2000 in at the end of 2024, I put in 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
At the end of 2025, I'm putting in 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
26, 2,000.
2,000.
27, 2,000. At the end of 28, 2,000.
2,000.
Okay. So now at the end of 28, now I pause and
And
I would
withdraw all the money.
no, yeah, well, yeah, I want to withdraw the money. So I want to know how much money I have.
Okay.
Okay. So now how do I calculate? So now at the end of 2024, I had invested 2,000 rupees. I had put
Okay.
in 2,000 rupees. Now, how long has that money worked for me?
Now 1 year.
Huh?
1 year.
4 years. 4 years. Because
Okay.
it is just it is working for me for all these years because I'm only
Yes.
at the end of 2000 what is that 2000
28.
2028 only I'm withdrawing that money. So this
Yes.
money is
Okay.
working for me for 4 years.
4 years.
Similarly, this money, you see this money, you see my cursor. This money
Yes.
is working for me for how many years?
3 years more.
3 years. Similarly, this money is working for me for
2 years.
2 years. And this money is working for me for
1 year.
1 year. Now, I have invested 2,000 rupees at the end of 5,000, at the end of, year 5.
Okay.
But I'm withdrawing at the end of year 5.
Okay.
So how long has this 2,000 rupees worked for me? 0
5
years.
years.
0
Oh, so
years.
yeah. Yeah. Correct. After
Yeah.
5th year, we're done.
Yeah.
So
So
0.
it has not worked for me. So it is the same money.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now what we do is we calculate the future value of this cash flow.
Okay. Okay.
This 2,000 rupees at 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Period 1.
So I call it cash flow 1. Okay. CF1.
Cash flow 1. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
CF cash flow 1 is the time period is 4 years.
Yes.
So the present value is 2,000 rupees here.
Please. Yes.
So so this is as if I've invested 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yes.
T equal to 4 years. Yeah. So this is
Yes,
as
sir.
if PV equal
Okay.
to 2,000 rupees.
Yes,
T
sir.
equal to 4 and R equal to
R is
10%.
equal to 10%.
So this becomes a future value problem.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what is here. Cash flow at the end of year 5. That is the cash flow 1.
Yes, sir.
So this cash flow grows to how much? This much.
2,928. Okay.
928. Okay. Similarly, this cash flow
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Cash flow 2 grows to how much at the end of year 5? it grows to 6.
2662.
Why? Because the number of years it has worked for me is lesser than
Yes.
this.
Okay.
Okay, because here it is 4, here it is 3. Because it's only
Yes, sir.
3. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Similarly, cash flow 3. Cash flow 3 is
Yes.
working for me for 2 years.
2 years.
Apply the same formula, but with
Okay.
t equal to 2.
2 years.
Okay, it's this. Cash flow
Okay.
4 at the end of 5 years,
Is 2200 because it
2200.
worked for 1 year. One
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Cash flow 5. Now, cash flow 5, the time period is how much?
0 years.
0. So, I mean, intuitively also you can say, but even if you apply the formula here, you put 0 here,
Yes, sir.
it will come to 2000.
Yes.
Okay, because anything raised to the power 0 is 1.
Yes.
So, 2000 times 1 is 2000. So,
Yes, sir.
so these are the future values of all the cash flows. So what is the amount I will get at the end of 5 years? At the end of the 5th year, is sum of all these cash flows at
Okay.
the end of 5 years.
Okay.
So this is my amount at the end of 5 years. And so, for example, I'm 25 years old. I'm going to start an SIP. You know what an SIP is? SIP is a systematic investment plan. You start your investment journey and you buy a mutual fund. Okay, so typically most mutual funds have the initially you have to pay 5,000 rupees, and then on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis, you can pay in some small amount. Okay, so that your nest egg or your investments grow slowly. Okay, and obviously not everybody can put in huge amounts. You put in small amount over time. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so when you buy a mutual fund and so you pay the initial 5,000 rupees, you open the account, and then let's say every month you pay 1,000 rupees.
Yes.
Okay, so that is a systematic investment plan, SIP.
Okay. It's
Okay.
systematic investing plan.
Yeah, systematic investment plan, SIP.
Mm.
Most people do SIP only. And so now, so that is, so you are, another way to look at the same problem is I'm putting in 2000 rupees first year, I'm putting in 2000 rupees second year, I'm putting in 2000 rupees third year, fourth year, fifth year, like that. I'm putting, let's say my horizon is 5 years only. I'm looking at investing in a mutual fund for 5 years.
Yes, sir.
This is exactly as SIP. So
Okay.
this 2000 rupees in year 1, I put 2000 rupees in year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Okay.
Oh,
So at the end of year 5, how much money I will have? That is this is the way you solve that problem.
yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
so this is in personal finance. This is basically future value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now any kind of problem you will have, a million problems like this
Okay.
in future value. Okay, but they are all the application of this formula. However, if he chooses option 1, at the end of 3 years, how much he will have? So 15 lakhs. So which option he should choose?
So if he goes with the first option, he would have a better amount, right, sir?
Yes, because obviously he will have more money in his hands. Option 1. So
Okay.
option 1, he can sell the machine for 13 lakhs.
Okay.
I mean, this is a non-realistic problem. So at the end of 3 years, he can probably sell it only for 8 lakhs.
Yes, that's actually the truth.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
he'll be able to sell the machine only for 8 lakhs. Okay,
Eight.
the option 2 is better. What I'm neglecting here is the increased cash flow, increased net cash flow that I will get by using this machine. See, I've totally ignored the fact that, by use, of course I spent 10 lakhs buying this machine. Now I use the machine, and because of using this machine, I produce some goods, and then when I sell those goods, I make some money.
Yes.
Okay, so the machine helps me make some money,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? Otherwise, why
Yes.
would I buy a machine? I will
You're
buy
right.
a machine to use that machine in my production process, and then because of that, I will produce some goods, and then they will sell the goods, and then I will earn some money.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, so the cash flows, which will, so there are two types of cash flows. One is, if I buy the machine in year one, I get some cash flow. So, for example, remember we saw that problem: cash flow one, cash flow two, cash flow three.
Yes, sir.
But this is a present value problem. What we did was a future value problem. Okay, so the 3 years I get these cash flow one, two, three. Okay, then at the end of and what else is given at the end of 3 years? What happens to the machine?
He's planning to uh, sell the machine.
And so how much he plans to get?
13 lakhs.
No, 8 lakhs.
Okay,
Here,
8 lakhs.
let's say he gets 8 lakhs.
Okay.
Okay, so that 8 lakhs also is a cash flow.
Yes, sir.
So at the end of 3 years, so see now, cash flow one I get at the end of year one.
Yes, sir.
Cash flow two I get at the end of year two.
Year two.
Okay. So for example, year one I get, year two I get cash flow two, and then year three I
Year
get
three.
cash flow three. And at the end of year three, I get this
Yes, the
8
final
lakhs.
amount.
8 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I get all these cash flows from the machine.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. So cash flow one, I need to bring it to present by what is known as discounting.
Okay.
Okay. So compounding is future, discounting is present.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I need to find out the value of cash flow one now, the present value of cash flow one. Because cash flow two I'm getting at the end of year two.
Yes.
So I need to bring that to present.
Yes.
So I need to discount this cash flow.
Okay.
Similarly,
So the discounting is the present value, right, sir? Or the
by
present
discounting, I
value.
get present value.
Present value.
By compounding, I get future value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this cash flow three, I get at the end of year three.
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, the 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs is at the end of year three. I'm selling the machine, and I'm getting this lump sum amount of 8 lakhs.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. But that is at the end of year three. Similarly, this amount also I need to bring to present.
Okay.
Okay. So for that, I need to do a present value calculation of each of these cash flows. I need to discount each of these cash flows. This is what is called discounted cash flow. You will hear this day in and day out. You will hear this in finance.
Oh, sure, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
discounted cash flow analysis, DCF.
Yes.
You discount all the cash flows to present and calculate what is the present value. Then you compare. I spent like 1 crore to buy a flat. Okay. Now I'm able to rent it out for, let's say, 50,000 rupees per month.
Okay.
At the end of 5 years, I will sell the flat. Okay. And I will get probably, I don't know, 1.2 crores. It'll appreciate and it'll get 1.2 crores. Okay.
Okay.
At the end of 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So, is this a good investment?
Yes.
How do you know yes?
Like as coming to like every month we are getting 50,000,
Hmm.
and coming to the future value, like we can calculate according to the duration and the amount which we are receiving.
No. At the you can't say without doing the calculations, you can't say. Okay. Now that
Yes.
one was that 1.2 crores you're receiving only at the end of 5 years. You're not receiving now.
Yes, sir. That we are
So you
receiving
you
the
have to
1.2.
you have to bring that to present. So you have to say that
Okay.
that lump sum payment when I sell
Okay.
1.2 crores is only at the end of 5 years. How much is
Yes.
it worth now?
Okay. So,
That and
uh,
then all the rent payment per year. How much? So 50,000 means times 12 is 6 lakhs. 6
6 lakhs,
lakhs per month, per
six
year.
per year.
6 lakhs per year. Now
So coming to
that
5 years,
that
30 lakhs.
first year rent that I get, how much is it worth now? Second year rent, how much is it worth now? Third year rent, how much is it worth now? Like that. So 5 years, you need to bring all that to present.
Okay.
Then you have to add up all those cash flows.
Okay.
Okay, then you will get an amount.
Yes. So
So
as we get
is
in the
is
future,
is that amount less than 1 crore that you have
or
invested now, or is that amount greater than 1 crore?
that we need to do the through the formulas and all,
So
sir.
so if it is greater than 1 crore,
Okay.
then it is a good investment.
Yes.
If it is less than 1 crore, you are getting less than what you have invested.
So it's not a good investment.
It's not a good investment. So similarly, is the same thing here in this corporate finance problem, is that you pay 10 lakhs for the machine, and then
Yes.
you have these cash flows. Okay, and then at the end of the 3 years, you sell that machine for 8 lakhs. Okay,
Yes.
so you discount each of those cash flows to present.
Okay.
Okay, and then you see whether that is greater than 10 lakhs or less
Or
than
less
10
than
lakhs.
10 lakhs.
And then another concept is break even. When do you break even?
Um,
Break even means what? How much you have paid today?
okay. It's 10 lakhs I have paid now.
10 lakhs. And
Yes.
so break even means after doing all the discounting of all the cash flows I am receiving in year 1, year 2, year 3, and then when I sell the machine for 8 lakhs, discount everything to present, that amount comes to 10 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
That means that I have not made profit, I have not made
Loss.
loss. So that is break even.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's the concept. This is another is the same as buying a bike or so Vijay is 30 years old, he wants to retire at 50 and travel and pursue other, for which he needs 4 crores.
Okay.
4 crores is retirement amount he wants. Okay, so now the question is, he has sold he has a startup. He has sold his startup, and he wants to part of the money he wants to invest for this travel and everything. If we assume a constant annual rate of 7%, how much he should invest now?
Okay.
Okay, so he is 30 years old now and he wants to retire at 50.
50.
Okay, so how many years he has for his money to grow?
20 years.
20 years. What is at the end of 20 years, how much money he wants?
4 crores.
4 crores. What is the constant rate of return is 7%.
7%.
So this data we have. So we
Yes,
have
sir.
future value. Look at this diagram. We have future value 4
We
crores.
have interest rate.
It's 20-year horizon, 7% interest rate,
And
and the question being asked is how much he should invest now.
so we need to find the present value.
We need to find the present value. So same formula you put. Okay,
Yes.
future value equal to this, present value equal to future value divided by this. Substitute the numbers, so then you get it is this much.
1.3 crore.
Okay, for example, let's say he wants to invest in something else. Okay, let's say he wants to invest in commodities, or even he wants to invest in some other thing which gives him 10%.
Okay.
The same thing. So it is giving him a higher rate of return.
Interest rate.
A higher rate of return, so he can afford to invest a little less. It was 7%. So if it is 7%, he has to invest 1.03.
Yes, sir.
So I just increased by the 3%. It has dropped. Why is that? It is because of this 20 years.
Duration.
20 years. Because his money is compounding for these many years. Okay.
Yes.
So now let's say he realized it quite late. Okay. And so now instead of 20 years, he has only 15 years.
Okay.
So his money has lesser number of years to work for him.
Yes. So you need to
So you
invest
see this
a bit much.
0.59 crores, what it becomes? It becomes 0.96 crores. So he has to put in more money.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
let's say 10 years.
Okay.
Okay. 10 years means what? 1.5 crores.
Okay.
He has to put in order to get 4 crores, because his money has lesser number of years to
Duration.
work for him. Okay, so now let's say now instead of 20, now let's say he has 25 years. Now let's go back to 20. Now in 20 it is 0.59 crores.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's say it is 20, his money has 25 years to work for him.
Okay.
Now you see how drastically it drops.
40.
From 0.59 to it drops to 0.37. So that means that he needs to invest only 0.37 crores.
37 lakhs. 37 lakhs.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, in that's why they say that you start investing early. The earlier you start investing, the more nest egg you will have.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so everybody thinks like yeah, I mean it is good, but this is the math behind this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So fine. I think we have covered future value and present value. Compounding is key to build savings. Start early so that your money can compound for a longer time. Okay,
Yes.
so this is what we discuss.
Yes. In the Excel sheet.
Yeah, in the Excel sheet, this is what we discuss. So present value and discount rate. So so that rate is called discount rate
Yes.
in present value. To calculate the present value, that rate is called discount rate.
Yes.
Okay, so these are all the present and future value calculations are at the core of finance, whether it is capital markets or corporate finance.